Hey everyone, Sargon here from Gizron.com. In today's quick tutorial, I'm going to show you how to enable VCF memory tiering in ESXi 9.0. This is a feature that lets you extend your physical RAM over to NVMe storage on the host. So what I have here is I have 3 identical hosts with the same amount of physical RAM installed on them, which is about 128 gigs. Our end result should take us where, depending on the percentage of DRAM we want to depending on the percentage we want to use on the NVMe storage, which is 100 up to, I believe, 400%. I'll double check that. But this one here, as an example, is a 1-to-1 ratio with 100, and it doubled it to 256 gigs of RAM. Whereas on another host, I set it to 300, doubled it to 384. So I'm leveraging 256 gigs of RAM on my NVMe storage. So here's a host that I have not altered yet, and we're going to go through and actually configure. So with a SSH session, the first thing is we're going to want to place the host in maintenance mode. And then we want to query the host for all storage devices available. Now I'm going to be turning this host into a vCenter cluster, and I have an extra NVMe drive. I am going to be commissioning this after I've configured it into VCF, and I'm going to be using this 990 Pro 1 terabyte. Once I've copied that UID for the device, there's a ESX CLI command, and this command here is going to create the partition on the NVMe drive. So that's completed. We can check our work by using the following command. So that it's querying, it's like, hey, what devices do you have that have memory tiering enabled? And there it is. We can confirm that's there. Now that that's done, before we reboot the host, and there's ways you can do this in CLI, but I just want to show you guys in the GUI, is we'll come over to, from that same host, and I'll just do a quick refresh here because it is in maintenance mode now. We'll go to Manage, System, Advanced Settings, and then let me make this so we could squeeze a little bit more. If we just do a search for all the different options, you'll see quite a few options here relating to tiering, where you can do encryption. Here is where we're going to change that value. The default, as you can see, is 100. We'll send it up to 400. Why not? And then here's the value where it's critical that we set this to true. By default, it's false. So this here enables memory tiering. So let's enable it first. And we'll change this option to 400. So all of that saved successfully. Come back to our host, perform the reboot, and we'll be back and see what it shows. All right, our host booted up, and now we're showing a good about 684 gigs of RAM. So this essentially added an additional 512. Now, I highly encourage everyone, please use this in a test dev environment, an incubator. I mean, memory tiering has come a long way from just being tech preview in vSphere 8.0 U3. It is still around. Hopefully it helps folks running particular, some workloads on it to save the cost on DDR memory today. And we all know how expensive that is. So hope you guys enjoyed this. Please check out my blog at Gizron.com. I will also place a link for the blog instructions I've done with the other host. So enjoy.